morning and welcome to my channel. Today is making a trifold, which is the challenge for Lorie at Enchanted Dreams 71 Shop My Stash 2025. I'm going to use 3 envelopes and glue them onto here, so they will be like this here, and I'm going to have some top openings, so I just need to take a smither off the top of each envelope. This is the front and the window will be at the bottom rather. Now, before, the one I can glue down is this one, and I can do it here as well because this bit comes undone, because you won't see anything inside this one. And I just go around the edge where we're going to glue it. There. Now, with these two, you've got the opportunity beforehand, because they're open here, to make sure you put a backing, or if you want to leave it. Mine are blue. I'm going to put a backing on the inside here. I'm not too worried about a backing at the top here. You don't really see it with the pocket. So what I've got is these papers here from, oh God, I think it's Artie Mays, Yvonne Preston. They're all different bits and pieces that I've collected, freebies usually. So I thought I would be using these today. Now I'm going to use this one to go on the insides. I'm not worried, you know, I'm just going to be putting a bit of paper in there because that's all you're going to see. So I will just cut it down there and there. Whoops. Okay, I've put the backing in there, and now we need to attach the envelopes. So to start off with, I'm just going to glue this little bit down in the corner here. There. And these are self-sealed, so I could just leave them like that, but I am going to go just around the edge of the self-seal. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Nearly shut it. I just remembered in time. So this goes in here and just up to the edge. What I forgot to say was, if I ink the line, you can see where to put your envelope. And I'm using tacky glue so that I can maneuver it like this. There and there. I have put it up the right way. Yes. Always double check. Always. So glue this bit down. Okay, they're both down, but bear in mind they are going to have papers all over them, so you don't have to worry too much because you're going to be gluing on top of them as well. Okay, now I need to sort the papers for here and the papers for here. Okay, I've cut out some papers. I've glued these inside. As I say, I'm just using these Artie Mays and Yvonne Preston and probably someone else, I don't know, papers, might have been Shabby Dabby Doodah freebies as well, that I got years and years ago when I first started. They're great when you first start, I think, because you've got a you know, you don't know what you're doing as such, so it's always good. But I've had these printed for a few years, so I thought I'd better use them. Now this one, the back, this is the back, and I've already cut out the window. I'll show you how I do that on the front one here. And what I've got, I'm folding, I am going to go over the lines here and here, just reinforces them. So this goes on here, but first I've cut out as a template one of the windows and taken off the acetate stuff, for want of a better word. And now I just draw around it, put this on here and just draw around this. So you've got an outline. I then cut this out, but you cut it out on the inside of the rectangle so that you make sure you're overlapping your window. Can't use that again, but so where am I? This is my front. So this should now fit on here nicely. I now have to rub out the lines. It does make your window a little bit smaller. The only problem is some of the lines are actual part of the design, like that one there that I'm trying to rub out. And then I'm just going to ink. I am so hot. I did some jobs outside this morning instead of getting on with the filming when it was cooler. And I'm now, it's lunchtime, I'm now sticking to everything. Right. And I'm also going to ink around these edges so that I can then stick this down. Okay, what I do now is I get a rough idea of where the crease is. So I just glue this first half on first of all, here, so I can get the window in the right place. And again, I'm using tacky glue so that everything is movable. Yeah, whoops. and then I glue this piece on. Please always make sure your tops are open and not glued together. Okay, so now I do the second part, but here, but as you can see here, I've overlapped because I'm going to make this a pocket. Oops, sorry, that's a really loud bang. I keep bits of card here so that I can cut I find the cardstock I use, it gets caught in the punches. I'm just going to put that in the middle there. So I always put a bit of cardstock behind it. That's where a lot of scraps of my white cardstock go. So I just need to ink this bit and then glue all this down in the same way. As I'm going to have a pocket, I will put a bit more glue along here where I can see where the fold is, and then glue down the sides here. Like that. Now I am going to have to trim that off because I've noticed it's come over the edge there, but I will do that when it's all dry. What I'm going to do now is just leave it to dry, because if you start trying to bend it now while the glue is still wet, it will all move everywhere. So I now leave this for a little while. Right, I've had my lunch, everything's dry and it's all folded nicely in, even with the pocket at the back. So I need to do some journal cards for each of these, and what I've already done is done some white card onto coffee dyed paper, and I want to do a collage. Or maybe I'll do the book pages first. So I want to take this down. I want to avoid the birdie. And a little bit more. Yeah. Like that. And then maybe this piece could go here. No, I'm not. Yep, I think I like those too. So get rid of these pieces for now. Just ink these up and stick these down like that. So now this, I've got various pieces here. From all of this. Having said that, I do want to do a pocket on the inside here, on the bottom there. So I'm thinking, no, I think this there. I mean, that's just ideal, isn't it? It's the right size. There. You know, envelopes aren't even square either. They're just like paper bags. There's not always straight edges. Okay, I'll put that aside. Now this. Something like that. Then I have these old book pages, which I've just been using here, from 1911. I picked up the other day, and it's gorgeous paper, very, very fragile. Something with a bit more writing, maybe this piece. And I'll take that there. And what else I've got is here, I've got these vintage, I think they're in here, yeah. Oh, look, coffee brown. I've got these vintage labels that came off some samples, fabric samples. I'm thinking something like that down the bottom. And maybe I'll take this off up here. Where's the ruler? The ruler's in front of me. I'll take that quite wide for now. Because I'm not sure, I might be putting something over the top. Where was that piece here? Maybe that should go there. Right, I think I'm going to go with that for now, and then there'll be some decoration. And I have an image here that will go in the window on there. So I need to stick all that down. So this is all stuck down now, and I need to find out where this image needs to go. So I put it in. What I normally do is put it in like this. Might have to trim a bit off the top. Place my image in like this, get my pencil, and then hopefully mark where I want it to go. Or what I can do, because that doesn't seem to be working, whoops, pull that up a bit, is hold it in place and pull this out. That's better. That works. Okay, there. So I'm just going to mark, and then I'm going to glue this down. Right, let's check before I really push it down and seal it. Oh dear. That's it. No, there's plenty of room. Oh yes, that's okay. Right. Now I want to do a bit of decoration, and I've got some Love Junk Journal labels. Something like that, and maybe, Where are they? Everlasting labels. Do you know what I think I'll do first is I'll take this off first. What I've found is when you're doing big journal cards like this, oops, nearly cut myself. My oh dear, punch is too small. Right. Okay, that's better. That's red as well, though, isn't it? I want something a bit different. Instead of that, I'll have blue go into there. And then I found what I was looking for. You see, it does take me ages, but I knew what I wanted, and I knew it was in one of these books. It was actually the Everlasting Journals labels. I wanted one of these down in the corner here. But first, I think I'm going to round the corner off. A small round like that. Re-ink that up. Yeah, put it down the bottom there. Hope you can see. Oh yeah. There. And then in the top, I'm going to punch a hole and put in some seam binding. Now this seam binding I've got, if I can find it there, it's not tea dyed, it's what I actually bought many years ago. I bought a lot of coloured seam binding. But I kept it all very straight and neat. So then decided to wet it down a little while ago and crinkle it up. Where's my... Okay. There we go. Get rid of that now. Bring this in. And this should just go, if it's sticking down, yeah. Should go in there. Like that. Oh yeah. Bring that up a little bit. Oh yes, I like that. Now in here, I thought I've got some of my tape. I thought I'd put a piece sort of over there like that. Distract some of that blue that I've got showing because I cut the paper too short. And then I've also got a vintage stamp I'm going to put on there from Romania with mushrooms on. It look quite nice. There. I quite like that. Now I've got my other tags already made. So what I've got this one, which I've put onto some craft paper and edged in gold to go in the middle here. Well, that was quite sweet. Leaving them, I've then got, what have I got? This one as a journal card to go down the middle there. And then I've got this one, which hopefully will go down there. I did, by the way, start off by putting that in, but I didn't like it. So I've put one of these. These are from Art House Whimsy Spring Photos. And the roses, which you'll see I did use, that goes in the middle there, that's there. And then what I've got is this one here. And these are pink flowers from Ginger Journals. And that's just a journal card to go in there. And that's my trifold for this week, or this month. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Don't forget to hit all those buttons to help me along. Thanks a lot. Bye.